So, hey guys, and welcome to the latest video for Eve Echoes from yours truly, Hale. Yeah, I really need to work on these intros, but look, hey, I am standing again. And today we're going to be having another look at what's going on with nanocores recently, specifically the nanocore that got a little line of text in the patch notes, which you'll be able to see up on the screen somewhere around here when I've done it in editing. As I say, once again, everything I'm doing on my tablet here is going to be up on screen because I'm recording it, so I can just pop it in there during editing. And yeah, hopefully not too many disappearing hands. It is going to happen. I mean, just look, I've already done it. I've already disappeared my hands. But anyway, let's try and be serious for a second. This is a whole new me when I'm stood up. So, capital ship nanocores are actually available as a free-to-play item in-game now. I say free-to-play. There's a big but with this one, but we'll come to it. Let's start at the very beginning, shall we? So, at the very beginning, if we go back to the patch notes, I say patch notes, technically there wasn't a patch because it's already been implemented last week. It was just set on a timer, is how I understand it. Now that belch is out of the way. So, yeah. According to what we've got in the in-game announcements, we have, and I'll just read this bit verbatim because my brain will skip over something important, Trailblazer Capital Ship Core Option Box added to Concord Pass Shop, available for 600,000 Concord credits. Now, we all know that we can accrue Concord credits in-game without spending any money. If we head over to the Concord Pass store, we'll notice, well, not the Concord Pass store, sorry, the Concord Pass event page. I always get the two mixed up in my brain. Please forgive me. But anyway, if we head over to the Concord Pass, we'll notice that, of course, as we all know, we have the free pass and the paid pass, and we accrue Concord points for free. And there isn't a cap on how many Concord Pass points that we can actually accrue. So in theory, we can get those 600,000 Concord Pass points for free without spending a single penny on the game, and then be able to unlock the capital ship nanocore. Big but though, big but. If we just ever so quickly not click on that button but click on the view all rewards button, just to get a quick summary as to how quickly we actually accrue these points, we can get a little bit of context here. Okay, so first and foremost, we're looking at basic rewards. We get 20,000 points per month, basic rewards, 20,000. So at a rate of 20,000 Concord Pass points per month, you can expect it to take 30 months. 30 months to get that capital ship nanocore for free. It's quite a long time to wait. 30 months is an awful long time to wait. It's a little bit too much. About 6 to 9 months, I could understand. I could understand if they said, okay, you can get it for free in 6 to 9 months. 30 months, it's 2.5 years. Somehow, I don't think anybody's ever actually going to get one of these via free-to-play methods, because there are other things in those 2.5 years you could spend your points on and actually benefit from in the here and now. So let's have a look at how long it would take us to get the nanocores if we were to pay for the Concord Pass. So, of course, let's scroll down ever so quickly. Now, this bit is a little bit misleading, let's say, because what we're seeing here is we get another, on top of the 20,000 that we've just discussed, we get another 40,000 from having the Concord Pass. Yeah, so 60,000 per month. 600,000 is the target, nice, clean and easy, you'd get it in 10 months. But as Mario pointed out, Mario from Moby, that page that we had up just then, that tells us the total rewards, doesn't include levels from 30 to 40, where we get another 1,000 per level. So there's another 10,000 unaccounted for, bringing us up to 70,000 per month, which is about 8.5 months if you're paying for the Concord Pass and maxing out all the levels as you go, which you most likely will. It's not all that difficult to keep on top of these, especially if you're just going out mining or launching your PI or whatever it may be. So yeah, 8.5 months, that sounds a lot more reasonable, but you're still having to pay for the Concord Pass. Now, in my particular case, I'd stopped paying for the Concord Pass and actually burnt up all of my points because I didn't have any value for it anymore. Now I'm seeing something with value that might encourage me to buy back into the Concord Pass. I'm not entirely sure yet, but let's have a look at the capital ship nanocores themselves to decide if it's actually worth it, because it's an 8.5 month wait. And of course, 8.5 months, that might be fine if you don't own a capital ship and you're going to decide after this video, you know what, I've been paying for this pass for consecutive months, I'm going to carry on paying for it. If I'm going to train into a capital ship in the near future, I might as well start saving up. That might be your scenario. But if it's not your scenario, if you've already got a capital ship, you're going to have to wait 8.5 months before you can actually upgrade it with this new cheese. Let's go with cheese. Anyway, let's move on to the Concord Pass shop as I try not to get too sidetracked. And we can see right here, up near the top, Trailblazer capital ship. So if I click on it and wait for it to load, because my tablet is not the fastest device on the market, let's be honest. Here we go. We have the Nanocore box itself. And in the most recent post that I made on YouTube, where I talked about how this was going to be my next video because of what's, this is can be a big deal. A common sentiment was these nanocores are goddamn awful, okay? And I can see why. I can see why. Because most people, when they choose their nanocore, they're going to pick the one that gives them the best damage numbers or the best special tricks that they can use. These ones are a bit bland in both regards. You don't get any special tricks like the Glaze mode or the Dragon's Roar mode like that. No, it's one of your bare bones, cheapest chips ones. So of course, you've got your first options, warp speed, armor, laser. We're talking about the Revelation here. I always default to laser ships. It's just my thing, okay? So let's have a look at the secondary attributes. Because as you'll remember, when it came to things like the thermomagnetic storm core, for example, that's a popular one because you can just go all in on DPS. This isn't one you're going to be going all in on DPS with, let's put it that way. So first attribute, flight velocity, inertia modifier, and warp stability. Nothing to help you with damage or damage application. Let's look at the next one. Capacitor, laser capacitor need, and armor. The only one there that could help with damage application or actual damage amounts is laser capacitor need, because it might go well with the pulse crystal. But that's you have to build into that scenario. Third one, scan resolution, warp stability, and armor. You can see a pattern here. We're not going to see, and I'm going to stop reading these out and just show them up on screen. The first one that actually helps us directly with damage application is the second to last attribute, where we can get laser tracking speed, okay? And laser range and laser capacitor need. But the only secondary attribute that actually gives us bonus damage is the last one. The last one where you have to invest a ungodly amount of resources into the nanocore. An amount of resources I've not allocated to any nanocores yet, okay guys? So yeah. And okay, that was a dreadnought. Let's have a look at another example, like the Nidhogger, which tends to be one of the more popular ones. I don't know if it's the most popular one, but it's the one I've got that I haven't flown in probably 6 months because I just don't like it that much. So let's have a look. So first secondary attribute, nothing to do with damage application. Second one, nothing. Third one, nothing again. We can see the pattern. Do we really need to continue? Now, of course, I don't mind attributes like inertia modifier for capital ships, because if you're out ratting and intel flags up that there's an enemy fleet with a Sino one jump away, you're going to be wanting to align as quickly as goddamn possible to get out of harm's way. So yeah, inertia is never a bad one. And of course, all of these stats are stats that you wouldn't otherwise be able to gain access to in your capital ship, because it's either this or one of the blue nanocores. Am I going to say this is the best nanocore and you should definitely pick it above anything else? No. But if you're one of those people that's not willing to fork over, say, $300, £300, €300, whatever it may be, on a specific in-game purchase, just up front, whether it's through the loot box system or whatnot, if you're not one of those people, it's all right, I guess. It's all right. It's not going to win any awards as the best nanocore, but it does its job. It makes the ship more survivable, helps it with damage application if you actually get far enough down, get a bit more inertia modifier, and on the off chance that we actually get to make these go golden, we could push them a fair bit more. Again, without having test server access, assuming that's even updated at this point, I have no idea. There's no way of me to actually know if this nanocore can be upgraded to gold. If it can, and you did indeed upgrade it to gold, then all of the criticisms about not being able to get all that much damage out of it is kind of moot, because all the way down with the golden nanocores, you can just hand pick what attributes you want. And let's be honest, most of us will be just picking damage, 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 and just however far down it goes. I mean, that's what we do with our APOC strikers. I know that's what I do with my APOC striker. But that is the deal. So we have a purple nanocore available at a kind of reasonable price. Yeah, kind of reasonable price. I don't know what the headline for this video is going to be yet, but yeah. I'm sorry. I can't take this too seriously, okay? 8.5 months, even if you're paying, is still a big number. If anybody at NetEase that's making any decisions ever happens to watch this video, and I sincerely doubt they do, can we have something a little bit more reasonable, like 3 months for a paying player and 9 months for a free-to-play player? I mean, well, not technically not a free-to-play player. I'm not entirely sure how many free-to-play players there are out there that are angling to get in a capital ship within the next 9 months. But when it comes to the Concord Pass, we're talking free to play, of course. I'm going off on a tangent now. But yeah, let me know in the comments section down below if you're actually prepared to wait 30 months to get the capital ship nanocore for free, or if you'd rather just spend those points every couple of months on something useful, like nanocore upgrade materials or skill chips, or whatever else there is in the store that I've already forgotten the name of. Let me know what you choose. I mean, if they do actually look at this video at some point in the future, at least then they'll have a bunch of feedback just queued up waiting. Yeah. I don't know what more there is to say about this one. It's I guess if we start going down the more rambly topics, as I appear to have already started, it is a step in the right direction. What it proves to me, and I'm just going to put this down for a little bit. What it proves to me is that NetEase are definitely starting to look at in-game purchasable items that have been, whale exclusive, let's say, in the past. It looks like they're definitely going down the route of timed exclusivity when it comes to these items. Because if you recall, there was a video I did, I can't remember if it was towards the end of last year or earlier this year. I honestly can't remember. But it was the nanocore video where I talked about the premium nanocores, because we just had one of the premium nanocores handed out to us in a box for free. And if I recall, it was the really glitchy one, the one that reminds me of Cyberpunk 2077. The name will come back to me. You guys know the one. And I was talking about how NetEase had this timed exclusivity thing that appeared to be going on with these nanocores. And the timed exclusivity had clearly passed for those particular nanocores, because they were starting to hand them out for free We didn't have to pay any kind of money to actually get hold of them. Is this what's going on now with these nanocores? Is this an example of timed exclusivity? In 6 months' time, will we see another capital ship get the same treatment, whether it's the VAC or the... what's the other one? The fax. There we go, the fax machine. So will the vacuum cleaner or the fax machine be getting the same treatment in the next 6 to 12 months? I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I kind of expect this to happen. And when they do get this treatment, they will get the same, like, lowest possible quality tier of nanocores. But I expect that same thing will happen. Now, will NetEase consider and take any feedback with regards to the timing? You know, with it being 8.5 months versus 30 months? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. But I guess it's a step in the right direction. I mean, timed exclusivity is better than just exclusivity forever, let's be honest. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments section below. Will you be saving up for 30 months? Will this encourage you to buy the Concord Pass specifically to save up for this? Will you just completely disregard this altogether? Let me know. Let me know. One thing I do know is if I do start buying the Concord Pass again, I'm definitely going to have to start using up my Google Pass rewards. Google Pass rewards? No, it's Google Rewards. I can't remember the name of the app now. Is that Google survey thing where they give you a question saying, have you visited this shop recently? And you go, yeah, of course I have. You know, that one. Anyway, tangent aside, thanks again for listening, everyone. Again, if you enjoy these videos of me standing up with the green screen right here, then just let me know and I'll carry on doing these stood up. I'm kind of working on what's going on to my left-hand side at the moment. I guess it's the right on the screen. Yeah, I think in editing, we're going to have all of the footage from the tablet as I was engaging with it right here. And then down below, I'm just going to have some screenshots on a slideshow. I mean, you guys have seen it by now. This is the end of the video. But yeah, I'd better cut it there. Thanks again for listening, everyone. If you haven't already, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It really does help. It would be quite nice to hit 1,000 in the fairly near future, but I'm happy with what I've got for now. Anyway, don't let that stop you from hitting the side. Just swear. I'm getting tongue twisted now, aren't I? Deary me. Okay, cheers, guys. Have a lemonade on me. Fly safe.